For many, the natural world with its towering trees, vibrant flowers, and serene landscapes has become a profound source of strength during this tremendous time of change. Whether wandering through winding trails that cut through lush forests or soaking in the quiet beauty of our own backyard, nature renews our spirits and uncovers the resilience needed to confront difficult truths and carry on in the pursuit of change. At times, survival doesn't mean emerging unscathed. It often means enduring with fragments of ourselves. Yet the magnificence of life resides in that very struggle. It's not solely about reaching a resolution, but about embracing fearlessness and acting with grace, even when faced with seemingly unsurmountable challenges. This graceful response to adversity is what lends life its true beauty. Join Rasta Dog and I as we set out on our most ambitious adventure yet, traveling far from home to explore a land that I thought I was fully prepared to encounter. As we navigate through unfamiliar terrain, we'll face new challenges and experiences that test our limits and expand our horizons in ways I never anticipated. Join us on this exciting journey into the unknown. Alrighty. Thank you so much. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another adventure with Rasta Dog and I. He is hanging out his window, enjoying this beautiful fall, winter morning out here in Canada. I crossed the border at Sault Ste. Marie yesterday and found an absolutely awesome camp right out near Harmony Beach, just about 30 minutes outside of Sault Ste. Marie, starting up Highway 17. So we absolutely enjoyed that last night. It was so peaceful. Just a little bit of traffic noise because the highway is about a mile and a half up the road. But today I am just east of Harmony Beach, and I'm gonna go up in the forest here and start exploring the roads here. And there's a couple trails on Onyx Off-Road. And then I also have Gaia GPS that I have used to create a little bit of a route that I'm going to try and stick to as long as I can make it through the trails here. It's just me, and I do not have a lot of recovery gear with me, but that's all right. I'm out here to explore, and I am going to do whatever I can to make it through here. So come along with us. It's going to be a great day out here in Canada. Don't know if you can see it or not, but there is blue lines tied to all the trees all the way up in this whole tree line here, going all the way back. They're maple lines for maple trees. Absolutely awesome. I've seen it on videos and stuff before, but I've never seen it in person. Holy moly. It's like a booby trap of sweetness. Well, the trail is kind of a mix of everything so far. We've started out on a gravel road that turned into being a very tight two-track, that it was heavily overgrown. And then came the small water crossings that weren't too deep, not even halfway up the tire, but if there's been massive rain runoff or anything like that, I'm sure they could get pretty deep. And now the road has just kind of turned into a normal two-track through the forest here, and absolutely gorgeous. The trail has turned back into being a tight two-track through the forest again. Went from the gravel road to dirt to just tight. As we ventured further along the trail, it transitioned into a scenic two-track that revealed two stunning lakes on either side. This picturesque setting was the perfect opportunity to pause and embrace the quietness of nature. Taking a moment to soak in the breathtaking views and the peaceful sound of the wilderness reminded us of the beauty and peace that the outdoors can offer. It was a refreshing escape, a chance to recharge and appreciate the serenity that surrounds us. after that last large water crossing, it turns out that the road died out due to a very large washout along the power line area there, and there was no way to get over to the trail that I wanted to continue on to from this one. So I've had to turn around and go back across that water crossing, and I'm now on a gravel road that looks like it's gonna likely lead me down to the main highway. So this is just gonna end up being like a loop, a big loop that I end up running, which that's not what I intended, but sometimes you have to make adjustments, and that is what we're doing now. So we're gonna continue on this and see if we can get out to the main road. I sure hope this goes through. Ultimately, the trail would run into posted private property signs along the side of the trail. Unaware and uneducated on whether or not I could continue, I decided it was best to turn around and head back out to the highway the way I came in and head off to the next destination. Chipawa Falls is a breathtaking natural landmark located 34.4 miles north of Sault Ste. Marie, nestled in the picturesque Algoma County of Ontario. This charming roadside waterfall is easily accessible as it sits right alongside the Trans-Canada Highway 17, making it a convenient stop for travelers and nature enthusiasts alike. It is best viewed after the winter melt, when the fast-flowing water cascades over an 82-foot drop before emptying into Lake Superior not far away. We would also find a campsite just a short distance up the road that we would call home for the night. Well, good morning from our second camp out here in Canada. It was a pretty nice night, all except for road noise. There's a lot of road noise from semis and stuff going along Highway 17 out here around the peninsula. But we did have the entire lake around us. So I kind of stumbled upon this one last night. Just as it was getting dark, I caught the very tail end of the sunset. But it was a nice night overall. Just, you can't really hear the lake or anything at this spot over the road noise. The road noise just kind of saturates the water, unfortunately. But we're just getting some coffee made up, and then we're gonna go in and get gas. I say go in and get gas because I made the mistake of not looking at my gas gauge. And out here in Canada, especially around the peninsula, there's not much gas. So I am cutting the barrel trying to get back to get gas, or where there is gas, and then I gotta turn around and come all the way back out this way. So lesson learned. Well, we got gas this morning right by Provincial Bay out here just off of 17, and I have hopped on a trail that is listed on Onyx Off-Road, and going to go back in here and see how far around the loop I can make it. I did come across a couple that was on a like a 4x4 side-by-side type thing, and they told me that the road does not go all the way through anymore, being that there is a very dangerous spot that has kind of become a massive washout. They can make it through on the little tiny 4x4s, but he said in the Jeep you probably aren't going to do it. But I'm gonna go back here and check it out and see just how far I can make it around. It would be really nice if we can make it all the way around this loop. Well, not far in from the trail, there's a little waterfall, and then right next to that, there's a very large waterfall. the trail is definitely getting a lot more aggressive. I don't want to say technical because I'm not even in four-wheel drive at the moment, but I have put it in four-wheel drive to get through a couple points, and it's just becoming a lot less traversed and a lot tighter, and the terrain is just getting a lot darker. Well, unfortunately, I am the bearer of bad news on this trail, and I am having to turn around because of a darn tree. Again, seems like on all of my videos, when I have to turn around, it is because of a tree and not because of an obstacle. And I do not have a chainsaw with me, so there is no way I am making it around this, unfortunately. Because the trail was so much fun. It was just getting good, from if you ask me. But we are about 9 miles into it, so we're gonna have to flip around and go find something else. But there's so much out here, so much to go explore, and we are not done here. We're gonna get out of here and go find something else awesome. Next to the fallen tree, there was a bypass being created by people attempting to navigate around it. While having to turn around on trails can be frustrating, consider it an opportunity for an educational overlanding experience. Bring the appropriate materials with you so you can navigate trails completely without creating new paths just to keep moving forward. For more information, check out treadlightly.org. After making our way back to the highway, I decided to drive about 2 hours north in an effort to escape the dark, gloomy weather that was setting over us on the day. We have just turned off onto Road 100, just outside of White River, Canada, right here along the Highway 17 Lake Superior Circle Tour. I think it's just going to be a gravel road, but I just want to highlight the absolute beauty of it because this is gorgeous.
A new place, a new home for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.
While I was attempting to make a small adjustment to the electrical setup, tragedy struck when I over-tightened the negative bolt, breaking it off in the terminal, cutting off all power supply inside the camper. Not having the appropriate tools on board, I decided to retreat back into town to find a campsite for the night and assess the situation the next day. After leaving camp, we headed into town and found a shop to remove the bolt from the terminal. Before long, we were back on the road. Ultimately, I was so stressed out about the situation that I lost track of filming and didn't capture anything. It's all part of the learning process, and I'm working on improving this for future videos. I have turned off onto a gravel dirt Forest Service road out here in the Algoma forest, and I am working my way back here and seeing if it will make its way all the way around to Montreal Falls. So I am on the southern side of the loop. It's not a trail that is listed on Onyx Off-Road or anything like that, but I was looking on Gaia GPS and it appears that it should go through as a loop where I can stop at Montreal Falls. So absolutely gorgeous trail so far from the beginning of it, and so we're just going to continue on here and see where it leads us. Hopefully we can make it all the way through. Coping with mental health issues is a vital topic that deserves more attention in our communities. Too often it becomes either the central focus of conversations, overshadowing other important aspects of a person's life, or is diminished entirely, as if an individual's work exists apart from their inner struggles. While everyone seeks to showcase their best self with perfect pictures, smiles, and laughter, we often hide the challenges we all face. It is important to remember that none of us are perfect, and we are all on a journey of learning and growing. As mental health issues increasingly touch the lives of our friends and family, we must strive to create supportive environments. These spaces can allow individuals to share their experiences, connect with others, and celebrate their incredible resilience that emerges from overcoming adversity. Together we can foster understanding and compassion in our communities, reminding each other that we are not alone in our struggles. trail ultimately led me to a spot marked as Montreal Falls. However, it is now the site of a power plant and there was no water actively flowing. Uncertain about regulations regarding drone usage in the area, I decided not to film anything. I then turned back down the trail and set off in search for a new camping spot before sunset. After making my way back down to Highway 17, I met a local resident who told me about a campsite located about an hour north of our location. After a great conversation, I entered the coordinates into Gaia GPS and set out to find the site. We arrived just as sun was setting over the mountain range dividing us from Lake Superior. This would become the most peaceful campsite in Canada yet, much needed after the stress that came over me from the broken battery terminal. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and following along on this adventure with Rastadog and I. Even though nothing went as planned, I learned a lot about myself and what I needed for adventures going forward. This is all a part of the overlanding journey. I am looking forward to incorporating some creative ideas around the camp cook life that many have shared with me that you would like to see. If you haven't already yet subscribed, please consider doing so, as that's the best way to support us. Thank you again so much, and we will catch you guys on the next adventure with Rastadog.